Take us through that. What are kind of your emotions and feelings with that game? And second year here at USD, is that one of the most exciting games you've played in and as a Torero?
Yeah, by far. I mean, that was an electric game. Everyone on the team just playing a huge role in the dugout, on the field. I mean, that was a team win. That was amazing.
A couple of kind of some highlights there of some of the guys making some plays, and DA trying to get that extra bag, and Schrier, going out there and giving you 4 or 5 innings, late in the 4 innings late in the game, and nobody really, folding and answering the call. What does it say about, this group?
I mean, that just kind of shows like who we are as a team. We play consequence free. DA going for the extra bag right there, that's huge. Alex Schrier just giving everything he got. I mean, we just talked about like getting outside yourself, and that's what he did. He went 4 1/3. No runs, battled it out there, and just gave it everything he got. He was truly showing what an older veteran does in big moments, and we can't, without him, we're nowhere in that game.
He was their best guy in the bullpen late. He goes, 4 1/3 before you're able to get him. How difficult is it to go, against one of those arms, like Hammond, and seems like he's in a groove, and with the pressure, of course, trying to get a run to win the game?
Yeah, I mean, in high leverage situations like that as a hitter, especially in a tie game and extra innings, it's easy to kind of get outside yourself as a hitter. But Mitch stepped up and got us all together and told us, hey, like we need to execute here. That's how we win games. And when we execute, like Angelo going 2-strike knock, going the other way, and Justin opposite field knock, just sticking to what we do best. And then obviously just giving me the opportunity. It's like they set the stage for me, and without them, I don't get to do that. So, I mean, it just shows how everyone kind of plays a role. Even though one guy gets to finish it, it just shows that every guy has to contribute for a win like that.
First time 2-5, didn't finish the game with you guys. How did you guys answer the call, when you lost one of your voices in there, like one of the guys that you've been – that's been there with you in a lot of these big moments. What was the player's answer to that?
I mean, it's just that guy has our back more than anyone else on that field. We love him, and we knew when he went out there to go have our backs that we were going to win that game. He did that for us. He did that to fire us up, and even though we didn't get to finish the game with him, he's a big part of the reason we won that game. And you kind of have to pick and choose your moments as a coach, when to do that, and he picked, I guess, a good moment if there ever really is one to do that. And, it was cool that he got everyone fired up, and it definitely, like I said, led us to, come in with the mojo, get it back on our side, and really just go in and finish a ball game. Can't thank him enough.
Peraza 1-out knock there in the 13th. JD gets a hit, while you're on deck. What's your mindset going up there and with a couple of guys on and 1 out, knowing the kind of difficulty it was for you guys there in extra innings? Take us through that last at bat.
I mean, like you said, it was a good arm. I mean, that's a legit closing arm for them and for anyone in the country, matter of fact. And, never give anyone too much respect, but he was a good arm. And I looked down the line at Mitch, who tends to, slow my heart rate down in big moments because it's easy to get out of yourself. And he just said, hey, he basically just said this, and that just speaks enough for me to be like, hey, slow it down. Don't try to do too much. Find a pitch to hit, and just don't try to hit over the fence. Try to hit it hard and low. And, I saw it pitch up and thankfully put a good swing on it and hit it hard right back up the middle. And that's really all I could really ask for in that situation.
If the ball was up the middle, did you think Peraza was going to score, or was it after the bobble?
I knew he was going to go. I knew he was for sure going to send it because we like to put pressure on, make people play fast catch. And I honestly think forcing him to play fast catch led to a bobble out there and led to no throw. But he picks that up clean. I don't necessarily think he is out. I mean, obviously, I didn't really see him throw, but I mean, it's Jello. He finds a way every time, so I don't think so.
How do you keep the momentum going throughout the weekend?
Making sure we stay with us, don't get too emotional. Definitely riding that energy into tomorrow, but just channeling it into how you play, channeling it in with our team, and just making sure that energy just is contagious around the clubhouse. And going into tomorrow is a big game, and hopefully we can win a series tomorrow and just go on to get a sweep. But it's the biggest game is tomorrow in the entire season.
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Been here for 3 years now, Ari, and been part of a lot of Fowler magic, especially in your first year, but a little bit different for Gurevitch, who we just talked to, but is this one of the more exciting games, or if not the most exciting game you ever played in as a Torero?
Oh, 100%. Those extra inning games are always fun, exciting, especially when both sides can't really get something going. We found some edge in that last inning when we brought the team up in the dugout, and we found a way to execute and win the ball game.
Very much back and forth game, between you guys, and they struck first. You answered. You put up a run. They answered with 2 more, then another one, and then you were able to pull one over the fence there, a big 3-run homer. What was that feeling like, knowing that you got the lead back? Guys getting on in front of you, and kind of take us through that at bat.
Yeah, I think we were down 2 runs there after they punched us hard, and I was just trying to put a good swing on the bat. 2-5 gave me the hit and run sign there, so I was just trying to hit something low and hard, and I got lucky enough to hit it over the fence. So it was a great feeling to get that second homer and ready to come back tomorrow again.
Man, there's a lot of good pitchers today. Randall started it off. Obviously, Shapira came in and did a good job. Thurman shutout ball. Romero shutout ball. Fries gave up the one bad pitch, and then Schrier with 4 innings of just great play. We'll get to Schrier in a second, but just as a whole, what did you see out of the guys today on the hill?
I saw competitiveness and execution from Randy all the way to the end of Schrier. They did a great job of passing the ball to one another and not letting the moment get too big. When their name was called, when they came in, they were ready to go, and they were dogs just like they always were.
What do you say about the way, especially in the spot where Drake gives up the home run, but then it's very important to keep it a tie game. What'd you tell Drake right after that?
Yeah, I just told him, no flinch, man. I have all the confidence in you, and you're going to get this guy out right here, and we're going to get a chance to win the ball game this next half inning. It was great by him to keep his composure and not let the moment get too big. So proud of him of competing with what he had. He may not have had his best stuff tonight, but he went with what he got.
What can you say about the way that you saw Schrier pitch tonight, and what were some of the conversations like with him, knowing that it was probably going to be him for as long as he could go in extra innings? It
was an unbelievable job by him, kind of getting out of his role, going 4 innings. I don't think he's had an outing that long this year, so I'm super proud of what he was able to do and execute pitch by pitch, inning by inning. No matter what time of the night it was, what inning it was, he was awesome tonight. So super proud of him.
Not having a 2-5 there at the end, how did you guys, able to answer the call and kind of play like your coach's energy, even though he wasn't there, especially from, maybe on the defensive side?
Yeah, it was kind of emotional right there when Coach Ungricht got thrown out, but we all try to keep our composure and try to play the game the same way, no matter if our coach is in the dugout or not, kind of pick him up and keep the game going and try to find a way to win it.
How many innings do you think you could catch?
As many as I can.
Anything else? Thanks, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Grad transfer, been in college baseball a long time now, obviously, and played in a lot of big games. Where does this moment for you rank in your college career?
This has got to be up at the top for sure. Just as far as team win, ups and downs of the game and whatnot, I mean, especially where we are in the season and stuff, it's probably honestly the biggest game I've been able to pitch in, and the biggest impact I've been able to have on a game, which is cool.
Did you know you were going to be hot tonight?
I did. I knew I was going to be hot, and then we had that point where Fries was in there at the close. So I mean, I think he had 2 outs with the lead, and I mean he's been throwing the ball great all year, so I had all the confidence in him, and they got a few knocks here and there, but ended up coming in. But in the pen, you got to always be ready and be on your heels, so I was ready to
go. Take us kind of through extra innings. Longest outing of the year for you, and it didn't really seem like there was some arms warming up in the pen, but it looked like it was going to be Coach Flo was going to let you run how far you could go. Kind of take us through what you were thinking on the hill, but also what you're feeling waiting for the offense to maybe try to win it.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting thing pitching in extras because each inning, obviously you got to put up a 0, so you're giving it all that inning. And then when your offense, we were getting some action here and there, but when we end up not scoring a run, you go back out there. So every inning you're kind of giving it your all, and it's definitely fun, but you definitely use a lot more gas than if you're just starting a game or pitching the 7th and 8th in different situations for sure.
Have you had experience pitching in extras before in your college career?
Yeah, I think I pitched in extras maybe once or twice. I remember losing a game in extras, that was a heartbreaker, but that's probably, I think, one of the only games I've finished where we were in extra innings.
A couple of times. I mean, obviously you're dealing with their best at the same time. It was almost like two relief guys starting a new game as a starter. Did you have that kind of starter mindset every time you came back into the dugout?
I think I kind of just had like each inning was its own inning mindset, which helped me a lot. I mean, their guy was going out there having pretty quick innings too, and I had some more traffic than him probably throughout the game, but I know our offense, and I trusted we'd eventually push one across. So going out there and just putting a shutdown 0 up every inning and trusting we'd eventually get one across, and we did, so it was cool.
Flo and Ari came out there a couple of times. What were some of the messages? I mean, not all the innings were obviously 1, 2, 3. You had to make a lot of great pitches. What were some of the conversations like, and how were you able to navigate a lot of stressful situations?
Yeah, I think they did a good job. Not that I was not calm, but definitely slowing me down a little bit when I needed to, so that was good. And making sure I was gathering my breath on each set. And there we had a first and third, so going over kind of what pitch, how we want to dissect each hitter, what pitch we want to throw and whatnot, and kind of what coverage, what plays we were in. And I think at the end it was first and third, so obviously we don't let the guy in third score. Talking about just focusing up on the hitter. Don't worry about what they're doing on the bases, if they're shuffling at third and whatnot. So just trying to stay focused. I think there was 2 outs maybe both times, but just staying focused on the hitter for sure.
What can you say about some of those defensive plays made behind you? Not necessarily fielding ground ball, but a lot of picks out there. One from you to JD, but then Gurv, picking Will there, and both of those being very critical in that extra innings.
Yeah, definitely. There's some unreal defenders on this team for sure. JD, trust him all the world. I just look at him and throw it. No, I mean, obviously skipped it in there, but trust him enough that I know he's going to make the play. And obviously Sev's been great all year and throws one over, and Gurv makes a great pick, which was awesome. And that late in that game, I think it was 13th and finished the 13th or 12th. And then JC making that sliding catch. I think nobody on, big second out. So, everyone just coming together, making their own plays, and obviously a lot of working together too. So it was awesome to see. And we've been doing it all year. So you just trust your defense. It's huge for sure. Especially
your catcher too. There's a couple times you got runners in scoring position. How much, I wouldn't say really easier, but how much more confident or calming do you feel that you can use all your pitches when you got a backstop like Ari with the potential go-ahead run at third base, knowing he's going to knock anything down?
Yeah, it's not even a second thought. When that runner's on third, I'm not even thinking there's going to be a ball by him. I know probably some pitchers out there saying stay away from maybe that breaking stuff in the dirt, but he's been so good in blocking everything, stopping everything. I spiked a fastball, and I think a 1-2, 2-2 count, and didn't even hesitate to think that he was going to let it by, and landed probably a foot in front of him. So, yeah, he's unbelievable. 2 homers, too. So, yeah, I can't say enough about him.
What can you talk about the players and reacting to 2-5 not finishing the game with you guys, obviously, and kind of picking up his energy that he usually brings?
Yeah, I mean, he's our leader, so him going out there and putting himself on the line for us obviously fired us up. And, I mean, say what you want about the call. I think he was more just getting us up on our feet, getting something going. So I think he does a great job as our leader, and he did what I think he thought he needed to do to keep us going, get us going. And, yeah, we'll continue hopefully. I think we have him back tomorrow. I don't know how it works, but he's our guy for sure.
Flo, say you're hot tomorrow. Ready to see you again?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're definitely full throttle. I don't know about tomorrow, though. We'll see.
Anything else?
Thanks,
Alex.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Third year now at the helm at USD, and obviously you've been a part of college baseball for a long time as a player, as a coach, and now as a manager. First time that you didn't finish the game as a manager, but, very exciting game nonetheless, even before that point. Where does this rank in kind of, some experiences you've had at the college level with the way that this game transpired?
Yeah, right up there. I mean, that was a dogfight Friday night game, and neck and neck, and give them a ton of credit. I mean, I thought they swung the bats really well, and I thought they pitched really well too. Kind of staggered it a little bit, guys coming in 2 innings at a time, give or take. And gave our guys trouble, but our guys hung in there, and that's what they do, and that's what, as a coach, you couldn't be more proud of how they just fought to the very end. And we say that a lot, in this program, that you might not know when your name's going to get called on. You might not feel the best, but to just go out and compete with what you got. And I thought our guys did that tonight. I mean, hearing about how Angelo got on there late, and didn't have a hit, I don't think, all night. Had some good at-bats, and then DeCrisio gets on there too as well to get things going. And then Gurv got his other opportunity when he didn't make the most of it early in the game, and making it happen there. So, just the fight, the never-quit mentality of these guys is unreal. And then Alex Schrier, to be able to keep us in the game like that and give us a chance to win. make some tough pitches, and as well. Ariel Armas, can't say enough about that guy on both sides of the ball. 4 RBIs today, and just does a tremendous job behind the plate.
You guys played some, pretty good defense today as well. But, overall from this team, obviously, when you leave a game as a manager, for those guys to be able to step up without you, I mean, how proud are you of the group, and and how confident, obviously, are you in the coaching staff that that they're going to be able to get the job done?
Yeah, you got Matt Floor and Mitch Holland and Grady Miller out there. It keeps the ship steady Eddie, and that's why it's a whole team. You can't say enough about our assistant coaches, and they just do a tremendous job day in and day out. They're relentless. They hold a standard, and our players believe in them, and they believe in what they preach, and they believe in what they do. And our guys, they have the pride for that San Diego across the chest, and there's that sense of confidence, day in and day out, and just so proud and pumped for our coaching staff and pumped for our players today.
Apart from obviously standings, and winning games is always important, how important is it to win a game like this to set you up for the next couple of games, as opposed to dropping what is a very emotional game in extra innings?
100%. Excuse me, and the emotion of it, can propel you into the next day. And that's a tough, hard fought battle. And we've been on the other side of those before, for sure. Guys in that locker room have seen the other side of it too. So I think having that veteran team and having leaders in that clubhouse, knowing the importance of winning a game like that, and then the importance of carrying that momentum into Saturday's game is key. And we did that last week. We had that 1-run game last week against Gonzaga, and that we're able to carry that momentum into Saturday and then into Sunday. So definitely looking forward to the guys to be able to do that, and they know what's at stake.
I keep using the term important, but is the fact that you guys have a lot of players that have played in games and big games and have had long careers at the college level, with you guys and with other universities, does that play a huge factor in games like this?
Yeah, totally. Alex Schrier, coming where he's come from, a great program, and the ability to take what he's learned in his experience, from a great program, is playing the postseason a bunch, and won the conference a lot. I think that's huge, and winning breeds winning, and having that winning mentality, knowing how to win is key, and it's contagious, and there's a lot of guys on this team 2 years ago that won a championship, and were able to play in the postseason, play in a regional, and beat Vanderbilt in a regional, and have been there before. So taking that experience and that confidence, and kind of knowing what it's like in big games, tight games like that, to be able to come through, and heck yeah, that is important.
How difficult is it for, Fries gives up the home run, but then to finish that inning at a point where you're trying to keep them obviously from getting the lead, after you give up the big blow with 2 outs. What can you say about the way, Fries handled that and kind of a spot that's might get overlooked in the box score?
Yeah, the guy's been unreal all year. So, it's bound to happen. It's baseball, right? And we've done it to closers. We've done it to, other teams' best guy, and it's part of the game, and it's all about how you respond. It's all about how you answer the bell the next time you get to touch the rubber. And, there's so much faith and trust in that guy to be able to run him out there time after again. And he's won so many games for us this year in big moments that, sometimes you don't win the war, and hey, you tip your cap and you move on, and Drake Fry's going to be just fine.
Anything else?
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Congrats.